Hello, friends. Thank you for joining me on another reflection. I'm just getting back from a retreat with some friends. Beautiful time, but let's take a moment together. Put a hand on your heart, maybe, or take a deep breath. Whatever helps you land here in this moment with me. Today's reflection is a tender one again. We're exploring something that's raw, something that many of us carry quietly, and that is, how often do you hold back from reaching out because you're fearful of being a burden or fearful of being rejected? Now, this isn't something we're going to fix in 10 minutes, but it is something we can see a bit more clearly, and maybe in seeing it, we can start to loosen the grip of shame and self-doubt. Now, let this reflection come in layers. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to be honest with yourself in this moment. Fearing that you're a burden does not mean you are one. It just means that you learned somewhere along the way that your needs were too heavy for others to hold. So let's begin. Before we dive deep in this, let's maybe start here with some warming up questions. My dear listener, how do you feel right before you want to reach out to someone? Right in that moment, how do you feel? Is it maybe some loneliness there? Or maybe anxiety? Or maybe it's just you need to have presence, someone with you, for a voice, someone just to say, I'm here. And then I want you to ask yourself, what stops you? Is it fear of being too much, or maybe of interrupting someone else's life, or maybe of not having clear reason even to reach out in the first place, and just a feeling that you're not sure what it is, it doesn't feel valid? And when you imagine being the first one to reach out, what emotions come up for you? Is it fear, perhaps shame, hope? But just notice these feelings and then let them speak if they want to. Now, let's move into the heart of this question that we're diving into. How often do you hold back from reaching out because of fear? I mean, when was the last time you almost reached out but then didn't? I want you to replay that moment. What story did you tell yourself in your head? Did you say something like, they're probably busy, they haven't checked in with me, maybe they don't even care? If I say I'm not okay, it'll make things weird, won't it? Is this a familiar script? Does it echo something you've heard in your own voice before in your mind? Now, let's go a little deeper. Let's go deeper gently. Where did you first learn that asking for support might be too much? Can you remember the moments, big or small, where your needs were dismissed, they were ignored, or just met with irritation? Have there been times when you reached out and you were met with silence or judgment? These moments, they leave a mark, don't they? They teach us how close we're allowed to get and how much space we're allowed to take up. How have those past experiences shaped the way you connect now? Let's be honest, there's a cost to holding back, isn't there? My dear listener, what has that cost you? Moments of comfort you didn't let yourself have, perhaps? Or maybe a closeness that you never got to grow? Perhaps it was opportunities for deeper connection that stayed locked behind this door of fear. I want you to ask yourself, what do I wish someone had offered me during the time when I wasn't silent? Do you wish you'd received a text, a hug, or permission just to be messy? And ask, what would my relationship feel like? What might they become if I allowed myself to reach out just a bit more. Now, if you're stuck in the loop of self-doubt, let me try one of these gentle invitations. What would I say to a friend who was afraid to reach out to me? Chances are you wouldn't call them a burden. You'd probably say, I'm so glad you reached out and told me, right? But what if your fear isn't proof that you're too much? What if it's just a sign that you're just craving connection? Can you recall a time when someone was grateful that you reached out? Let that memory just speak to your fear right now. Let's take one more deep breath here. Let your body feel what it needs to feel in this moment. And as you do so, ask yourself, what am I still protecting myself from? What do I most need when I'm afraid of being too much? And what is one small brave action I could take this week? We're at the beginning of a week, it's Sunday, to challenge that fear that speaks to you. Maybe it's something like sending a message to someone you trust, even if it's just a, hey, I was just thinking about you. Maybe it's writing out the words you wish that someone would say to you. Maybe it's letting one person see you a little bit more honestly than you usually allow. You don't have to reach out to everyone, but maybe someone, maybe you could consider today, even now. You are not a burden, my dear listener. You are a human being with needs and emotions and longings, and you deserve to be held, to be heard, and to be loved. Thank you for sitting with me through this reflection, and thank you for being brave enough to explore it. It's a really courageous move, and I honor you for walking through this process. You are not alone.